Every year, thousands of school-age overseas students are educated at independent schools across the UK. When their schools close for half-term and holidays and EXIAT weekends, they need a great host family who'll provide a home away from home. Guardianship companies find supportive and caring families who can offer a welcoming home for students during their school holidays and weekends.
My family and I started hosting international students a few years ago. It's a great way to introduce our own children to other cultures and experiences, and we're getting a lot out of it. We're hosting this weekend actually. We have 2 girls from a local prep school with us. I went to collect them at lunchtime on Friday, and we come home, they get settled into their rooms. Generally on an EXIAT weekend, as opposed to a half term, the pupils are quite quiet, so it's Friday night is normally quite chilled. We might cook together and then watch a movie.
Competitive daily rates are paid to cover the cost of hosting, and becoming a host family can be a rewarding and enjoyable experience, providing the opportunity to really make a difference to a student while staying here in the UK.
Whilst it's not a major source of income for us, it is lovely to be able to put the extra money that we do receive from hosting students towards our family funds.
It's a unique opportunity to learn about different cultures and to extend the hand of friendship across the globe, and is an opportunity to make a real difference to the life of a young person while they're in the UK.
So over the course of an academic year, there are generally 5 or 6 hosting weekends, and we also make ourselves available for half terms as well if needed. That leaves plenty of time for our normal activities and events with our own family and friends. Sometimes the students might end up being involved in some of our family celebrations and occasions, but it is really nice to make sure that they're as involved as possible whilst they're with us. We do still have lots and lots of other opportunities to do our own activities. If there's any reason why we can't host at any given time, for example, a family wedding, a good guardianship company will be able to rearrange student plans.
Host families offer a warm and comfortable environment, time out from school to relax, rest or revise, and to experience family life in the UK, and it's an important part of helping them to feel comfortable with their new lives in the UK. Host families often support their student with their travel arrangements, attend their concerts or sports matches, and include them into their family life as much as possible.
Generally, we just go about our family life as normal, to be honest. We'll go out for walks with the dog, depending on the weather. We might end up playing some board games, doing some cooking together, watching some movies. It does depend on the age of the student you have. Prep school age children will generally want to maybe do a little bit more, be a little bit more active, but the senior school pupils quite often will want to relax in their rooms or study. A lot of them do study for quite a lot of the time during an EXIAT weekend. Half terms are a little bit different as well, and what we find is that it's really nice just to make sure we've got a few activities planned in over the course of the week to make sure that there's something for them to look forward to.
As they get to know the student and slowly build a trusting relationship with them, it's wonderful to see them relax and their personalities shine through.
My favorite thing about staying with my host family will probably be the celebrations we have together. So for example, for the Queen's coronation ages ago, we had this neighborhood garden party, and it was great, and I met so many new people, and I listened to so many funny stories, as well as just maybe more in general, it'd be just having dinners with them, and it's really relaxing. They cook amazing food. They feed me so well, and yeah.
I think what I'll miss most is definitely everything that Charlotte has said, but also just like the time spent together. I love being there, and it's really nice because obviously I'm gonna be tired from college as well. I just need some time off. I need to get away from the boarding house, and it's just that they're always there when I need them most, when I'm like mentally exhausted, when I'm doing my exams, when I just need someone to, back me up a bit. They're always there, and I just know that they'll be there for me, and that's kind of like something that I'll miss, just knowing that I have that support available all the time.
They can often become lifelong friends with their students and families, who are enormously grateful for the care of their precious son or daughter, and stay in touch even after they've left school.
To me, my host family is almost like my second family. It's like a home away from my home.
Yeah, I definitely get that, because if you were to ask me like what they mean to me, they mean everything to me, because I don't have any family here, and they are my family. So I think, yeah, it's just really difficult to like put into words how much they've done for us.
Good guardianship companies will do their utmost to match pupils with host families who will best suit their requirements. This means considering the students' and parents' wishes, along with the hobbies and interests of both the student and host family. Also, location to the school is a consideration to reduce the travel time for students when staying. Pupils usually go back to the same host families for successive EGIS weekends and half terms, allowing them to build a special relationship with their UK family. So these details are important.
There are different rules and guidelines about what children of different ages can do, and your guardianship agency will make sure that you're aware of what is expected. And then towards the end of the trip, we'll just make sure that the students get packed up, and then normally we drive them back to school. But again, there are alternatives available. They can get taxis back to school if needed, for example.
Students tend to feel happiest when they know what to expect, especially in a new situation, such as arriving at the host family house for the first time. Simple rules such as taking shoes off at the front door, when to use the shower, meal times, how to do their laundry, or how to address you can really help them settle in more quickly. Younger and older students will obviously have different requirements and restrictions, such as curfews or time with electronic devices, and these are usually laid out in a handbook given to them prior to their stay to avoid any confusion.
Generally, when you have regular students come to visit you, you get to know their likes and their dislikes, so planning's quite easy. If you have one-off students come occasionally, Pippa's Guardians has a really good section on their website, I host for Pippa's, and with recipe ideas, meal ideas, which really helps with planning. Generally, the expectation is that you provide 3 good meals a day, and I always make sure we've got lots of snacks and treats on hand as well.
Students are not expected to be treated as hotel guests when staying in your home. There is the expectation that they will be polite, to offer to clear the table after meals, fill the dishwasher or wash up after themselves, and to keep their room clean and tidy, just as they would at school.
I love my room at my host family. It's really, really different from the rooms at the college, definitely. Again, it feels like a home. It's not like some crusty just room that you've been chucked in. It's a house, it's a home, and people live there, and it's warm, and you're being welcomed into their home, and it's really, really nice.
We would always recommend that you sign up with an AEGIS registered company, whose purpose is to safeguard the welfare of international students studying in schools in the UK, making them feel safe, welcome and cared for. AEGIS, or the Association for the Education and Guardianship of International Students, have a rigorous accreditation process to provide peace of mind to those offering guardianship services to international students, meeting the very highest of standards. There will always be 24-hour support from the guardianship company to both students, their families and host families. By visiting the AEGIS website, you'll be able to see the gold standard accredited guardianship organisations in your area. The safety and well-being of the student is the absolute top priority, and each host family is always vetted and checked to the highest standard in line with AEGIS best practice guidelines.